India is now looking to transform its rail network from somewhat inadequate to state-of-the-art as soon as possible. And to your surprise, it's already made a big start. Yes, the work is well underway on its first high-speed rail system, one that it hopes will eventually connect all of India's major cities. For now, there's just a single line under construction along the country's western edge, but this route alone throws up some immense challenges. Linking Mumbai and Ahmedabad, both massive economic and industrial hubs, the new railway is just over 534 kilometers long and 12 stations are being built. It is supposed to cost a whopping amount of $20 billion. But hold on, before we dive into the specifics of this gigantic project, why not spare a minute to like this video, as it takes enormous effort to create one for you. As per the latest updates, the body in charge of India's first high-speed railway said it had bought all the 1,400 hectares of land it needed for the project and had awarded all civil engineering contracts in the states of Gujarat and Maharashtra, leaving only the small enclave of Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Overseen by the National High-Speed Rail Corporation, the 508 km line will run between Mumbai and Ahmedabad. The Indian is all ready to use Japanese Shinkansen bullet train technology and is being financed largely by Japanese money. The corporation said it had also laid 120 km of girders, 271 km of pier casting, and had cast the first reinforced concrete trackbed required by the Japanese Shinkansen system. It said this last had been completed in the city of Surat, which is roughly halfway between Mumbai and Ahmedabad. The corporation added that the route's first mountain tunnel, which runs for 350 m near the village of Zaroli in Gujarat, had been completed in 10 months, and the first steel bridge, spanning 70 m, was completed in Surat. Altogether, 16 bridge projects are underway, with another 12 yet to begin. Another project highlight was the beginning of work on India's first 7 km undersea rail tunnel, which is a part of 21 km long tunnel between Bandra complex and Shilphata in Maharashtra. We'll cover that in another video, so make sure to subscribe. So, driving between the cities of Mumbai and Ahmedabad takes about 9 hours, without traffic, compared to 6 hours on the existing railway. With a top speed of almost 200 mph, over twice as quick as India's current fastest, the trains on the new line will cut that journey time to around 2 hours. When we say state-of-the-art, we do mean it, really. Passengers will ride on Shinkansen trains, the same models used on Japan's famous rail network. Other parts of the system, like signaling, will be Japanese too. There's more. Japan is helping train Indian workers and is providing a large chunk of the funding too. Since 2017, Japan has supplied loans to 650 billion yen, over $4.5 billion.
How is it being built? A high-speed rail network that makes it much easier to move people and goods between the country's key cities and regions would be a big step towards that. So, how has this new railway been built, mainly when one end of the line is a vast, densely populated city of over 20 million people? About 92% of the track will be elevated on viaducts and bridges, which is critical. It means the line can be built over rivers and existing infrastructure, and the environmental impact is reduced. And in theory, it's easier to acquire land for the railway too. But not all of it is that simple. Perhaps the most significant engineering challenge is Thane Creek, a large inlet just east of Mumbai, poses a challenge. It's the only section on the route where a large body of water gets in the way. Instead of continuing to build high above the surface, it was decided that the best way to avoid this obstacle was to go underground. The result will be the first undersea rail tunnel in India, 7 km long, with the whole underground section measuring 21 km. It'll be a single tube with enough space for 2 trains, one in each direction. So it needs to have a 13-meter diameter. That's pretty big. Most of it will be dug by tunnel boring machines, except for one 5 km stretch built using the new Austrian tunneling method. Simply put, a tunnel is first excavated using drilling and blasting before ground supports and reinforcements are added, followed by a concrete shell on top of a waterproof lining. It's ideal for shorter tunnel runs in varying ground conditions. Construction on the project is now over 30% complete, but it won't be finished until at least 2028. That's far from the original plan, though, with a 2022 completion date. To your surprise, what went wrong then? For one thing, sticking most of the track up on piers has helped to speed up land acquisition. Building railways is always a challenge. But it hasn't completely solved the problem. In early 2022, nearly all of the land in Gujarat was acquired by the government organization delivering the project. But further down in Maharashtra, it was only 75%. That was largely due to legal disputes with landowners. Today, the overall figure for both regions is almost 100%, but it's taken much longer to reach this stage than it was meant to. Another problem for the project was a change of government in Maharashtra, which temporarily saw an anti-bullet train coalition come into power. With this new railway, India is on the brink of following in their footsteps, and the Indian Railway is confident that the country's first bullet train will commence in June-July 2026 in Gujarat.